In this section, we're going to continue working on our season display component. In particular, I want to think about how we're going to get those icons in there on the top left and the bottom right sides. Now, to just show the icons themselves, we're going to use the Semantic UI library. Remember, we've been using Semantic UI quite a bit just to pull in a little bit of styling to our projects to make them look a little bit better. Now, if you go to semantic-ui.com, you can open up the side menu, and then under the Elements section, you'll find Icon. So the Semantic UI library has a ton of icons included inside of it that are pretty easy to use. Let me first show you an example of how we use an icon. So I'm going to click on Definition right here, and then I will click on any one of the little code samples, and you'll see a quick example on how to show an icon. So we're going to use an I tag with a class name of icon and the name of the icon we want to use. In this case, it shows disabled because this is a demo of a disabled icon. We're not showing a disabled icon, kind of like grayed out as it appears right there, so we're not going to use the disabled class name. So all we have to do is put the word icon as a class, and then the name of the icon we want to use. To get the name of an icon, I'm going to go back up to the top of the page, and I'll click on the big icons button right here. And then we can scroll down, and we can see all of the different icons that are available to us. So if you mouse over any of these, you'll see the name of the icon appear. Now, I already went through this list and picked out some icons for us to use. So I can do a Control F or a Command F on the page and look up snowflake. And you'll see right there, that's a snowflake that looks very similar to the one that we want to show when it's winter. And then if I do a search for sun, I'll see an icon of a sun right here, again, very similar to what we probably want to show in the case that it is summer. So that's it. All we really have to do here is somehow produce the names of sun or snowflake, depending upon our current season. So to do so, we can make use of a very similar expression like we just did a second ago to get our text. I could say something like const icon is season equals winter, and then that will give me either snowflake or a value of sun, like so. All right. So now that we wrote both the expression to get our text and our icon out here, you'll notice that we've got this very repetitive ternary expression. In both cases, and let me put this on a single line just so it's a little bit easier to read, in both cases we've got an identical ternary. The only difference is the values that get returned. So I think that we could almost definitely clean this thing up a little bit. But for right now, let's just get the icons to show up, and then we'll worry about doing a refactor after that. So now that I've got the icon name inside of my div, right above the h1, I'm going to put a I with a class name of icon, like so. And then I'll put another one after the h1 as well. All right, so that looks good. So I'm going to save this, and we'll just make sure that these icons... Oh, you know what? I just realized we've got one other thing here. We did not put in the word icon as well for the class name. That was my mistake. So to do so, we can use a little bit of ES2015. I'm going to put in a template string by placing a backtick character right here. The backtick is traditionally on the US or Northern American keyboard, it is the character that is left to the 1 on your keyboard. I'll put another backtick over there. And then I'm going to put a $sign and wrap this thing in curly braces like so. So that's going to take the value of whatever icon is and throw it into this string right here. And then I'll put in icon like so. So now we've got the name of the icon that we want to use as icon and the class name of simply icon. And then I'm going to repeat the same thing down here as well. Okay, so now I'm going to save this, and I'll do a little quick test over here back inside my browser. All right, I see the 2 icons appear. Now they're tiny. We'll fix that up in a minute, but for right now, I'm going to say, yeah, this is definitely working well enough. Let's take a quick pause. When we come back to the next section, we're going to start to make sure that these icons show up a little bit larger, and we're also going to start to refactor these kind of duplicated ternary expressions as well. So quick pause, and I'll see you in just a minute.